I remember actually talking about TikTok as well. Actually, I remember one of the clips you put up about you put up some amazing advice on it, amazing advice on different things,
Thanks,
and
bud.
I know you mentioned about, for instance, like if Billie Jean was out now, it wouldn't quite work. I mean,
Mhm.
what's your kind of take on the industry as it is now with TikTok as well? Has it changed everything completely, do you think?
Yeah, but things change all the time.
Mm.
Radio changed the way people consume music. MTV changed the way people consume
Yeah.
music. MySpace changed the way people broke into the industry and consume music. Then Napster did. You know what I mean? And then Spotify, and now here we are with TikTok and Spotify. It's building blocks of culture. You know what I mean? It's evolution. And when I was talking the other day about Billie Jean probably not cutting through as a song right now, I think it's obvious why not. That cut through as a song in the culture when it was.
Yeah.
Now, everything's happened since then and led us to where we are now. So if Billie Jean had never happened and Michael Jackson had never happened, he was an artist coming into the world right now. He wouldn't be writing songs that sounded like Billie Jean in the first place. He'd be writing songs, at least production-wise, that sounded like 2021 records. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, definitely.
that's what you'd be breaking through with now. And I used that analogy about like people that would sell ice to freeze your food.
Yeah. See that one.
Once fridge freezers came around, it just meant that that's where the culture was. It doesn't mean that using ice to refrigerate your food was shit. It just means that it's not relevant anymore. Culture moves on. Whenever I say things like that as well, people get very upset. Billie Jean would definitely be a hit now. And it's like, okay, what about a Mozart classic? And I had people saying, well, no, you can't compare that because it's not 21st century. And it's like, well, okay, so will Billie Jean be a hit if it was released in 150 years from now? No, it wouldn't, because the culture, technology, the way we consume things would completely move on. Not to say Billie Jean shit. Of course it's not. It's one of the greatest songs of all time. Michael Jackson's the big king, obviously. But we've moved on from there. And therefore, what happened there? It'd be like putting out a car that was very successful in the 80s, re-releasing it now. Why do you think it would do well? Yeah, it was a great car. Bloody one of the greatest of all times. But when we're here now, and we have Teslas, so of course it wouldn't do well. Not knocking that car, not knocking that car manufacturer. I think it's just obvious. You know what I mean?
Obvious. It is. Really
culture
is.
moves on, and what is relevant and production and the way we consume it all moves on. That said, I think it's with the TikTok thing, I think it's very easy for people to get sucked into an instant reward system by trying to feed it with something that will blow up. So that's happening. So you're getting, what you know about rolling down the deep, getting those kind of motifs that are popping up, where people are trying to write something that's going to work in a 5-second clip and hopefully connect in a big way. Great. Okay, people did that with MTV. So we're going to make a music video that has that kind of impact. Sure, great. And people are going to do well doing that. But I just think fundamentally that shouldn't be what your focus is as an artist. You use TikTok because there's an amazing opportunity for organic reach and organic growth. Still put out stuff that's true to you and that you want to see put out into the world. But if what's true to you is I just want to blow up with something that's a viral fucking thing, then you go ahead. But if you're someone that wants to build a long career and have songs that connect to people, then don't do it like that. Utilize TikTok and the way to build an audience on it, but you don't need to be trying to write something that sounds like a viral TikTok sound. You can if you want, but I think a lot of artists get caught up in that too much. There's one girl, you must have heard her audio, and nothing hurts anymore, I feel kind of free. Now, I don't think she intended for that to be a viral audio, but it's become one. But it's not like now she's now like, oh, I need to jump on and do more of these viral trending audios. No, she's just doing what she does, which is writing and singing absolutely heartfelt, beautiful stuff. She did one yesterday on a TikTok that's just stunning. And it's like, yeah, okay, look, if things pop off and if the viral nature of the way TikTok works plays into that, then great, okay? But I think the core is, if you're a true artist, you just keep following what you want to do, what you want to put out, and then just put it out in the delivery mechanism that is TikTok.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. And talk about those viral sort of things as well. It's so random with what actually works, doesn't it? It's like that, for instance, that clip from, I think it's like the Housewives or whatever it is, of the little girl going, "Wake up in the morning, think about so many things," things like that just blow up and thinking.
Yeah. It's impossible to plan for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because also, old songs and old sort of audio clips are being revived. So that Noisettes one is big again now. I'll never forget you. That was what, 15 years ago, that song?
Something like that, yeah.
So the nature of the content in which the first person that used that to make that trending thing, that piece of audio worked for the nature of the piece of content that they wanted to make, and then that became viral and became its own meme, so therefore it gets used again. But how do you, as a creative, project and predict, right, we'll write this 3-second motif and it's going to go viral? You have there's no way. How could you? How could anybody have known that sipping cranberry juice, rolling on a longboard would have revived the entire Fleetwood Mac catalogue?
There we go. No one knows.
So I think planning for and trying to execute on these flash in the pan viral moments, I think it's a silly strategy because it's so out of your hands. Whereas I think what is in your hands is focusing on the long game as an artist, your creative development, trying to write songs and make music that connect with people on a deeper level. If a clip of that happens to go viral, and nothing hurts anymore, I feel kind of free, like that did, then brilliant, that's a bonus. But I just think you can't plan for that, and you shouldn't. You know what I mean? You'll also always be chasing, you know. A friend of mine knows the guy that did Crazy Frog.
Really?
And yeah, man, they made an absolute fortune. Before Crazy Frog, the guy was right, just like everybody else, a writer, producer, trying to get somewhere, doing this, that, and the other, working with artists, working for Sync, anything you could do, just like everyone does. And then Crazy Frog happened, and then obviously he shifted his lane and said, well, we're just going to do ringtones. And they had a couple that did okay after that, but nothing that ever got anywhere near Crazy Frog. And I think you can't. How can you plan for a viral cultural moment? Sea shanties, Nathan Evans.
There we go.
How do you plan for that? You don't.
You can't. Yeah,
Someone
you don't.
feels something and it happens to go viral. And again, okay, that's another example of having something go viral outside of your niche isn't necessarily going to convert to fans for you. So it's not like sea shanties are back now. You know what I mean? That was one culturally significant moment that happened that was beautiful to watch. It was great. But sea shanties aren't back. And Nathan Evans is his own artist in his own right. Is the numbers accumulated from the sea shanty, cultural moment going to translate to his original music? The answer is no. He might get some, you know what I mean? So, planning for those things and then trying to leverage off of it to bring you something that's sustainable, really unlikely. You know what I mean? But saying that, try everything. If you want to try something that goes viral, why not? I've got nothing against that. Do you know what I mean? Not at all. It's, I'm happy for these people when they blow up and they make something happen. And more often than not, the reason people weren't blowing up with their original music is it's not quite there. So if something else happens that makes them culturally significant and they got an opportunity to go with it, I'm like all for that. I'm like, you go for that. You know what I mean? If I had a video blow up and get millions of views and people were like, we want more of this, and it had nothing to do with music, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to play into that a little bit. But then, that said, you can't play into it all too much, or you're just chasing again. You're trying to chase that Crazy Frog or another viral moment. It's a weird balance that we're all trying to find with all of this. I think there is no answer. What works for one doesn't work for another. You've just got to follow your own intuition and do the things that feel right to you. So we see someone like a Nathan Evans doing the sea shanty thing, and the mistake a lot of people make is, I'm going to jump on the sea shanty thing. And it's like, does it feel right to you? If it does, if you've got something to say, if you've got something to add to it or to parody it, or you just loved it so much, you're like, I've got to do my own version of this, then cool, that'll probably come through. But if your intention is, that's viral, I'm going to do it because it's viral and hopefully I'll get some, it's not going to work. Because your heart's not going to be in it anyway. You're not doing it because you like it. You're doing it because you're hoping other people will say, oh yeah, I've seen that viral video, here's some likes. Yeah. That's also not sustainable. It's just not. You're always going to be chasing someone else's trend, so, but, again, down to you as an individual. The trend thing is very interesting. I've been doing a lot of thought on the trend thing on TikTok. At first, when I first got on TikTok, I was saying to artists, probably steer clear of it. Probably steer clear. Do you want to blow up doing some random trend that's got nothing to do with your music and then it doesn't convert? But I've reconsidered that. How I view trends now is a bit different. Okay, I see trends now as a template. That's what a trend is. It's a template, just like a meme. A meme is a template, and it's the template that gets passed around. And then we as users, we insert our own content into the template that's relevant to us, our field, our followers, whatever else. So, you know, I'm in a Sopranos group. I like the program, The Sopranos, TV. So when you see memes, I don't know, trying to think of a classic meme. Name a classic meme, any classic meme. What can I think of?
Well, I think of the why you coming fast one, but that's
okay.
Not
Why are you coming fast?
Yeah,
all right, let's try that as a meme. Why are you coming fast? And then people will change the caption. Let's say I'm in recruitment. Someone will change a caption to make it relatable to people in recruitment and share that around. So that meme is a template, and then someone in the Sopranos group that I'm in will insert Sopranos related content into that template and make it relatable. Okay, great. That's what a trend is. It's a template. And I think the way you want to use those templates is to insert your own content into them. So I think if you're a music artist and you're doing original stuff, use a trend, but try to insert your own music into it to make sure that it's relevant to actually what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't jump on a trend that by its nature is miles away from your niche, or that you're inserting content into a trend that has nothing to do with your niche. So, you know, if you've been plugging away doing music, you've been putting out original music on TikTok and it's doing nothing, and then a trend pops up and you insert your own content into that's to do with your girlfriend or boyfriend, it's relatable to do with relationships, and then that gets 750,000 views, don't expect any of that to come back to your music. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, yeah, whatever the content was that you inserted into that trend, inserted into that meme, that template that was relatable about the relationship thing that you put in there, the people that have responded to that were relating to it on that level, obviously. You know, so I think if you're trying to leverage trends to build an audience for your music, make sure the content you're inserting into the trend is your music. That's how I would use it. You know what I mean? But also just don't get lost in the sauce with trends. It's the same thing. You're always chasing. And the thing with a trend is, where does it come from? What is a trend? Okay, well, it's an idea, a template, a concept, a piece of content that floats around that a lot of people like. But where did it start? It started with one creative individual that made a piece of content that other people felt, oh, I can do something with that. Now, as a creative, an artist, whatever, I think rather than looking out and going, oh, what trend should I jump on? It's like, be a trend setter. You're an artist. You are the one that tells the world what's up. You're a spokesperson for morality and values and perspective on the world. And you tell us, you kick the door down. You tell us what's going to be noticed. Make a trend.
Yeah.
You know, if someone was creative enough to come up with some original piece of content that everyone liked, you are creative enough to do that as well. You know, why not try and do that? Be original. How about that?
Yeah.
You know?
Talk about that, actually. It's something that about a year or two ago, which I thought was amazing, was when Travis Scott did his Fortnite concert.
Brilliant. I loved all of that. And Diplo did it. Yeah, I loved all of that.
Yeah, because I thought that's so original. Obviously, Fortnite is like the world's biggest game, or at least it was for a few years anyway. Yep. And just to jump on that trend with his background to do a Fortnite concert and then dip, like you said, Marshmello as well and a couple of other people, I thought that was amazing. What an amazing thing to do. Yeah,
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Smart, creative, fun, you know, outside of the box, you know what I mean? And then the thing is, and you know, think about it again, like trends. So they did that. So Travis Scott did that. And then what happens? Other games are trying to do live shows and VR concerts and all of that. And so they jump on the trend, but it starts out with someone being original and being creative. And this happens constantly throughout culture and across subjects. So, you know, look at when Billie Eilish blew up. You know, it was original. I think that's what it was with her that set her apart at the time. You know, this almost ASMR whisper type singing, this low-key production that was vibey as hell, and beautiful classic kind of songs in there amongst it. It was original, you know? And then obviously that blew up. But then what did you see straight away after? And this is what you see every time something blows up. A million copycats. A million wannabes, a million people going, oh, well, that's in now. I'm going to do something like that. And it's like you missed the point.
Yeah.
Why did that pop? It was original.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
True.
And who else is in that sphere, that stratosphere of kind of, you know, top elite artists that sounds anything like Billie Eilish since her? Nobody. Of course not. Because Billie Eilish occupies that space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a massive takeaway. I think original artistry, look within yourself. You're a creator. Come up with something. Stop looking out at everyone else's creations and leveraging off of it, which is fine. I mean, we're all doing that constantly. I didn't create this laptop. I didn't come up with the concept of Zoom. We're leveraging off of it, for sure. But if you're calling yourself an artist and you want to have impact in the world, then be an artist. Have impact in the world. Be creative. Be original. You know, be fucking original. Be the one that sets the trend. You know, rock the world. Change it up. Being an artist in its essence isn't asking people like me how to be an artist. That's not, you know, that's one thing I think about with this line of work a lot, actually, is like, should I be doing this? Should I be telling someone this is what you want to do to be a creative person? Because if you're really a creative person, you tell me to go fuck myself. You say, I know myself, I know what's right, you don't. I'm a creative, you watch me. And then, you know what I mean? And I want to see people prove me wrong. Be like, you know, like, I didn't see that coming, because they were so creative. You know what I mean? That anything that I told them didn't mean shit, because like they were single-minded, they had vision, they knew they were right, and they executed on it. You know, and that's what I want to see from artists. And I think that's why I do what I do, actually, is actually to empower them so they don't need me.
Yeah.
I don't want you asking me, what should I put out for content? You put content out and you tell me what's up. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, it's about kicking doors down as an artist. Go full Kanye. Go Lady Gaga in a meat dress. Don't sit on the sideline going, oh, well, you know, maybe I'll try this. And they did that, and maybe I'll do a little bit of that. It's like, no, man, life's short. You're an artist. You want to have impact. Fucking tell me what's up. You know what I mean? Show me. Don't ask for permission. You know what I mean? I say, oh, should I do this because this is what people do on TikTok? You tell me, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
you
couldn't
tell
agree
me.
more.
You want to be a megastar? Do you think Lady Gaga's asking anyone for permission?
Yeah.
You know, or asking, what do you reckon about the meat dress? Is it a bit too? I don't think so, mate. And it's not like she could look outwards and go, well, when Madonna did the meat dress thing, it went like this. No, she had to be bold and step into it, not knowing how it was going to be received. You know what I mean?
So like, true.
That's what it is. It's a strength and a bravery that's needed as an artist, and knowing, you know, that I'm right. And I'm going to do this thing. I don't care that it hasn't been done before. I don't care that people might not get this. I know. I'm an artist. I'm following my intuition. People listen when you do that. People start to take notice, you know.